And now, live in studio, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. He's a successful entrepreneur, published author, top listing agent, a real estate and finance expert that goes to bat for you every day as a consumer advocate. Your host and the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes.
Yes, here we are again, another day committed to being your consumer advocate, helping you understand your buying decisions, your local economist of choice here when it comes to your real estate business, of course, and helping you navigate these trying times that we're seeing here. So we want to be the voice of calm on the Consumer Quarterback Show. We've got an all-star lineup for you today here in studio. We have Heather Lalk, Fit to a T. Welcome back in. She's a personal training expert and also nutritional health coach. Welcome in.
Yes, thank you so much for having me. I was brave enough to come out today.
Yes, exactly. That's right.
Yeah.
So my pleasure. What are some quick tips and what you're going to talk about today?
I just wanted to talk about kind of like a little bit of the mass hysteria. I don't want to talk about that actually, but I want to talk about how maybe people are quarantining themselves or have been quarantined, that maybe they can do some stress reducing techniques with breathing they can do from home, and then also take the time too maybe to reflect on yourself and some other goals once we're out of all of this, that you can get your priorities in line and really get to your goals that you want to accomplish.
Yeah, that's super awesome. You can do your workouts from home. You can boost your immune system from home, especially if you're, juicing and doing some things that are going to naturally do that. So that'll be cool. So it's some perfect, timely tips here from Heather Lalk. Fit to a T is her company as well. We got Doug Levi on the phones coming up in just a moment. I wanted to thank our sponsor here for this segment is Taps Restaurant, the official restaurant partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show. Is Taps Restaurant, located at the International Plaza on Bay Street. Excellent restaurant, very friendly staff. The food is delicious and a very friendly staff. Wonderful ambiance as well. Check out Taps Restaurant over at the International Plaza on Bay Street. We love going over there to have lunch, and they also have happy hours daily as well. And it's a local gastro pub. Taps Restaurant, Bar, and Lounge right there at the International Plaza on Bay Street. Now, make sure you let them know the Real Estate Quarterback sent you and take them up on special offers and incentives just by mentioning that you're a fan of the Consumer Quarterback Show. And we got a hot property listing as well. This is a cash flow opportunity. Any investors out there looking to buy a cash flowing investment, this is 1410 North Betty Lane in Clearwater. This is a car wash, a cash flowing car wash, a beautiful opportunity, very low day-to-day maintenance. There's literally 2 hours a week that the owner says you put into having this operating asset working for you, developing cash as you are doing your normal day-to-day. 1410 North Betty Lane in Clearwater. Great opportunity, great real estate opportunity investment here in Tampa Bay. Check out all of our listings at platinummvpteam.kw.com. And coming up as well, we have our feel-good story today. Kevin Love donates $100,000 to Cavs arena staff after the NBA suspends the season. So let's jump right into it. We got Doug Levi on the phones. We're going to the phones now with Doug Levi, Strategic Insurance. Welcome to the show, Doug.
Brandon, always good to be here, man. And as I was saying before the start of the show, just time for us to speak some calm and peace into the listeners out there with all the hype going on in the media.
Yeah, absolutely. So what would be a good tip in terms of, this time you got some downtime, some businesses are laying off people. There's a lot of things happening out there. What's a good idea from your side?
Well, on that note, I wanted to share in something I took yesterday. I went for a run. It was great. I love what Heather's saying. Good time to just, exercise, do some things maybe you haven't done. And something I've been meditating on, this is from the book of John. It's John 14:27 says, "Peace I leave you, my peace I give to you." And so just thinking about right now, guarding our minds, guarding our hearts, putting down the media, putting down the news, right? So
yeah.
It's so easy to get consumed with all of that. So and that will help us all, no doubt. So I've tried to do very selective media over the last few days and really watch that. So that's just a good recommendation and tip for everyone out there. On the insurance front, this is a great time. If you've got some extra time, take a look at your various rates. I mean, we always recommend our protection reviews, and we do a $17 Amazon gift card challenge where we basically say, hey, we'd love an opportunity to review your home, review your auto, review your business insurance. If we can't save you money, we text you a $17 Amazon gift card. And, there's no doubt a little bit of a hit on the economy. I think our underlying economy is very strong and will bounce back quickly. And there's been measures being put in place to do that, but never a bad idea to try and save some money. So maybe people that have been just renewed cycle after cycle on their auto or their homeowners or their business insurance, now could be a great time just to take a look. What do you have? Give us a call. You can either give us a call or check us out at TampaBayInsurance.com. We'd love an opportunity to see if we can save you some money.
Yeah, TampaBayInsurance.com, great website you guys have there, great URL. Helping people with all types, auto insurance, home insurance, business insurance. There's a lot of reasons why you want to have these policies in place, and also double check them to make sure they're protecting, because sometimes it's wind but not flood, and it's vice versa.
No.
Talk about that a little bit, Doug.
Well, I will, and I always try to bring relevant, what's literally going on right now, and we're getting a lot of calls from our business clients asking about business income insurance. And so one of the things we recommend to all of our clients and to really all the listeners out there that own a business is what's known as business income insurance. And so traditionally, and right now there's a little bit of, gray area how all this is going to respond with the COVID-19, but traditionally, let's say I own a restaurant or, a deli or really any place of business. I have a fire. I can't operate my restaurant, and that restaurant needs to be repaired. Well, I need money for the building. I need money for the contents. The business income is going to step in and provide coverage for you while the business is down. Very, very important coverage just that's out there. See a lot of times before business clients come to us, a lot of times they don't have it. Maybe they don't know about it, or it was an area where they were looking to try and save some money. But I think times like this certainly highlight how important it is to have good business protection for sure. So that's a big one for all the business owners that are out there. Get your eyes on, do you have business income coverage right now on your property policy? If you don't, call your carrier, call your agent, give us a call, check us out again at TampaBayInsurance.com. We're happy to do a policy review and make sure you're properly protected.
Yeah, it's important to do those reviews and to take these times as an opportunity to do what they call reflective thinking. Sometimes you're working on the front burner, you got things in the back burner, but this is a great opportunity to really just kind of settle back and pull out those files you haven't looked at in a while. Do the $17 Amazon gift card challenge from Doug Levi, Strategic Insurance, and those are scenarios. Doug, do you maybe have a success story of someone that you've helped in those positions where they thought they had one thing, you look into the policy, you dig a little deeper, and it's like, wow, I didn't realize I had that in place?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we have clients all the time, and we helped a restaurant recently. They didn't even know they didn't have wind coverage, so they thought they were protected for something that they weren't. We were able to help bring them on board, actually secure them wind coverage at a really, really good rate, something they didn't even think they'd be able to afford. So again, it's one of those things that we find a lot of times people, and I always tell our team, our clients are no different than you before you got into the business. Most people aren't running around each day thinking about their insurance until something happens, right? And then that's when you really find out what you've got and what you need. So we just try to take a real practical approach. We say we try and treat your dollars like they're our dollars, and we want to look to make sure that you're covered in the areas that you most need, right? Because a lot of times people are maybe just doing it as an afterthought, or they're trying to open a restaurant, they've got a million things on their list, they got to get their permitting, they got to get their liquor license, they got to get this, and maybe they didn't spend the time on it that they needed to, and they missed some things. It happens, right? So, we're real big on taking a proactive approach. We do and offer protection reviews each year with our clients because we want to make sure we're staying in touch with them as their businesses and lives are changing and handling those things that relate to from an insurance perspective. So, definitely a good time with people with a little extra time on their hands right now. Like I said, just kind of do a once-over. Give our team a call. We're happy to take a look. Our phone number is also easy to remember. It's 866-INS, which is short for insurance, 0123. So 866-INS, 0123. And our team's happy to help with that.
Yeah, that's a great number as well. Now, when it comes to real estate, we're heavy on real estate, of course, with the Platinum MVP team, Keller Williams Realty. We're talking with Doug Levi, Strategic Insurance. So this is something you want to think about as well. With hurricane season right around the corner, tropical storms, these summer storms coming. What happens is, and we also work with A. Snoop Inspections, Jay Smith, A. Snoop Inspection. Suncoast Roofing is our roofing partner. And they talk about the importance of a wind mitigation. And Suncoast has free roof inspections as well through our consumer advocate platform here on the show. Talk about the wind mitigation side of insurance.
Oh man, it's huge. It's huge. So, I've been in the business 15 years. I started the agency 13 years ago, and it's by far the biggest single thing you can do to help lower your rates. I mean, by now, pretty much everyone knows about it. People are good, inspectors, realtors, et cetera, about recommending it. But I still see at times where people haven't done it. Mm-hmm. And basically, the wind mitigation has to be done by either a licensed roofer or certified inspector. It's going to look at various features of your roof, right? It's going to look at how the roof's attached to the truss, how long the nails are, is there secondary water resistance, all these items about your roof that's really important. And here's the bottom line takeaway on the insurance front. It can help save you anywhere from 10 to 40%. It can be a huge discount on your home. And it's not something that the insurance company is going to proactively tell you to do. You follow me? You're likely not going to get a letter from the insurance company. I'm not saying an agent like myself, but from the insurance company say, hey, make sure to do your wind mitigation. It's something that the state actually requires. The carriers have to be able to pass along at some level a filed rate discount for. So it's definitely something we recommend to all of our clients. We've been doing it for years, recommending it. We love to save our clients money, and it can make a huge impact. So you definitely want to make sure and look at your current policy. Again, it's something to get your eyes on. If you have a wind mitigation discount on there, as you kind of scan through, normally on maybe the second or third page of your summary page, where it kind of gives you all the main info on your home, you should see at some level where it says, the discount on the wind mitigation. You should see something around that, assuming you have it on there. Again, if you don't, contact our team. We'd love to help you out.
Yeah, absolutely. I can tell you from firsthand experience, Doug and his team, they have a great team over there, great communication, follow-up skills, and their team saved us money personally on our home as well, our new property that we built a year and a half ago, a couple years ago, and we had a policy that was in place that wasn't the correct policy, wasn't saving us the amount of money. Doug and his team checked it out, saved us a good chunk of money. So highly recommend Doug Levi, Strategic Insurance. You can check him out at tampabayinsurance.com, or his phone number is super easy. It's 866-INS for insurance, 866-INS 0123. That's Doug Levi, Strategic Insurance. Hey, Doug, thanks for spending some time with us here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, and always as being a consumer advocate out there in the community for us.
Absolutely, man. Always happy to help. Love our listeners, love our community, and just for everyone to know, we're going to get through this. We'll rebound even stronger. So if we can help in any way on the insurance front and maybe put some extra dollars in your pocket, we'd love an opportunity to do that.
Awesome. That's Doug Levi, Strategic Insurance. Thanks for calling in, Doug. We'll talk to you soon.
Sounds good, man. See ya. Bye-bye, guys.
All right. We got Heather Lalk coming up as well here, Fit to a T, in studio after this quick break. Don't go anywhere. Don't touch that dial. We'll be right back. We're going to take a quick timeout and more from our expert contributors here in studio.
Thanks for listening to My Daddy's Show. For more information, go to consumerqb.com.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com. You're listening to the Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. Online at consumerqb.com.
And we're back. Brandon Rhymes here, Consumer Quarterback Show, powered by the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty, helping you win in your real estate deals, buying, selling, or investing. We would love to talk to you. We just did the Pinellas County market update, all things in Pinellas County here, real estate-wise. We'll start off with that. You've got, at the end of the month, February 2020 here, you had 4,588 properties available for sale, residential listings in Pinellas County. And out of those 4,588, 1,683 sold. So if you divide those two numbers, you got 36.7% absorption rate in Pinellas County and a 2.72 months of supply, which means it's a seller's market. Again, still a strong seller's market. Local economist of choice right here, Brandon Rhymes, and your host of the Consumer Quarterback Show. We want to help you win in any marketplace. Save our hotline number in your phone because at some point you may need it. 813-670-7372.
You used to call me on my cell phone.
813-670-7372. Call or text that line. We've had an uptick in calls lately, people reaching out, calling in, wanting to know more information, wanting to get connected to our 50-plus show partners, 80 different categories. Again, think of this show as the hub of your financial, your business, your health wheel, and all of those spokes extending out, representing another one of our expert contributors, our preferred partners that we bring to be that one-stop shop for you in terms of connection. We're one connection away from all types of experts, attorneys, CPAs, financial advisors, health. We've got inspectors, solar companies, self-defense companies, all types of folks that can, we can connect you to. And all those, they kind of work together. Those spokes inside that wheel working together to make, this Tampa Bay area consumer advocate platform work for you. And the website is consumerqb.com. You can see links there to all of our experts at consumerqb.com. This segment is brought to you by Brothers Easy Moving, the official moving partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show. Local or long distance moves, cross country moves, Brothers Easy Moving. First class experience I had personally with Brothers Easy Moving. Now let them know that the real estate quarterback sent you, and take them up on special offers and incentives just by mentioning that you're a fan of the Consumer Quarterback Show. Got a hot listing here in Palm Harbor. This one's 0 alternate 19. It's also known as 516 alt 19 in Palm Harbor. Vacant land. Build your dream office, and instead of paying rent to your landlord, this is a great opportunity. The record low mortgage rates that we are experiencing right now will probably never be seen again. 0 alternate 19. You've got a great opportunity here because the owner has paid the impact fees, and the connection and sewer have been connected. You also have architectural plans worth $40,000 at this vacant lot available in Palm Harbor. You got the walkability, the restaurants around it, and one of the greatest areas to live in Tampa Bay. Right here in Tampa Bay, of course, and we want to help you win in any marketplace. Check out all of our listings at platinummvpteam.kw.com. All right, we got Heather Lalk in studio. Fit to a T is her company. She is a certified when it comes to personal training.
Yep.
And you also are the nutritional coach. That's what I was going for.
Oh, yeah.
Certified nutritional coach. So that's important when it comes to, what goes in your body, what results you're going to get.
Right, exactly. It's because so much of it is food, and a lot of people know that. Some people don't. It's almost like 90% is your food and your nutrition, but you have to get it specific to you.
Right.
But I also agree with you too. I wanted to just touch on that quickly about all the expert contributors, the ones that are on the show with me when I come in, and then also when I watch and listen to the show, because I make notes on my paper here, and just other things that I can be using for services myself. Awesome. So that's a really great thing. And like what Doug said too, I've been really trying not to, I kind of always do, but try to stay off social media, tried not to listen to all the hype and all of it, just because I just think sometimes it gets out of hand. That's just my opinion, and it makes people just really too hyper and over hyper, and we need to not stress as much. I know it's a very big concern, but the stress doesn't add, it adds to being more susceptible to being sick or becoming sick. Yeah,
especially if you leave it on that channel. You're flipping through, you're checking out the news, you're seeing what's happening, and then turn it off or turn it to something lighter. Because the more that you focus on it, then it's going to expand in your mind. Mm-hmm. And our minds typically go to the negativity side because we're constantly worried about that saber-toothed tiger coming around the corner.
Exactly.
And today it's in that lack, loss, and never, those fear that we see of losing potential business or losing whatever it might be. We're going to lose something. We're going to lose our health. Turn it on, turn it off, check in.
Trying to tell the universe the positive things of what you want that you don't already have.
There you go. I like that one.
Because it always bounces back to whatever you're throwing out there. So if you're negative Nancy, and it's hard. I mean, I'll tell you that it's hard every day. We have stresses and things that happen to us as adults, because it's highly overrated to be an adult. No matter what we do.
As much as you're a teenager, like, I can't wait till I turn 18.
Exactly.
There's a couple songs about that, right? Yeah.
It was such a turn to.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, we have to be able to focus on what we want, what our goals can be, what what's in alignment, what do we already have in our lives and within ourselves that can help us succeed and overcome those challenges. You want a bigger house or more land, think like you already have those things.
Yes.
Your business is successful and your bank account is overflowing with money. You have to think of that. Go to your mailbox like you're going to get a bunch of checks.
Yeah, incantations.
Right, and the universe, some crazy ways, will a lot of times deliver that.
The mindset, the attitude, the habits, the follow through.
It is.
The 80-20 rule, Gary Keller breaks it down even further. He says the one thing in his book that he wrote.
Yeah.
The one thing. What is the one thing that I can do at this moment that's going to move me further towards success?
Oh, yeah. And then the questions, like I had some that I had written down, like, what do you want to see or experience more in blank? Fill in that blank. Or do you want fewer or lesser? What may that be?
Right.
Or do you want to see more progress in? And you can list those.
Right.
You do have to kind of ask yourself questions.
Yep.
And it comes down to like the nutrition part and, the exercise portion of it as well.
That's right.
I mean, the people, the athletes that you see that are successful, Kobe, for instance,
Yep.
I mean, they worked their tails off.
Yep.
I mean, they had the dedication to themselves. They made that commitment to themselves first and foremost.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what we have to do, even with trying to keep calm in all of these crazy times right now.
That's right. We're talking with Heather Lalk here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Fit to a T is her business, her company, and she's located in Dunedin, 1059 Broadway. It's downtown Dunedin, close to Seven Sun Brewery, and Fit to a T online as well. You can find her there online. But yeah, it really does boil down to the mindset, the attitude, and as you mentioned with those questions, we have these different categories in life. We've got relationships, we've got the business side, the monetary, we've got the spiritual life, the health is a big one. So what you find too is where the focus goes, sometimes the other ones will suffer.
No, exactly.
So it's so hard to have that perfect balance in life, right?
And we were taught that in Institute for Integrative Nutrition, the founder of the school. They're out of New York, and even talked about his past and his experiences owning businesses or health food stores. And then he went kind of nutritionally and went to school for a lot of different things. But he said a lot of those people, even they ate so healthy and they had the wheatgrass and they had this and that, but they were so stressed out about something or keeping up with the Joneses or what have you, that they were so sick. They were very sick because of all of the stress, and we were taught, the way I was taught in school was as a health coach, anybody, that's what they're there for. They're to look at the whole picture. Your relationships, the stress in your lives, how much sleep do you get, exercise, what's best for you, the food that you've put in your mouth, money. I mean, it's all related, and it's not just one thing, and it is hard, but that's why it is good to even sit in that room for 5 minutes, which is hard, and just reflect and say, okay, what is it that I'm lacking, or what is it that I need to do to make me really feel happy?
Perfect. More from Heather Lalk coming up after this quick touch base from our sponsors here. And Fit to a T in the house. We heard from Doug Levi as well. Also, our feel-good story of the day. Kevin Love donates $100,000 to Cavs Arena staff after the NBA suspends the season. We'll be right back after this short break. Don't go anywhere.
This is Chris Voss, former FBI lead hostage negotiator and owner of the Black Swan Group, and you're listening to Consumer Quarterback Show hosted by my friend Brandon Rhymes.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com. You're listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, online at consumerqb.com. Brandon is Tampa Bay's #1 consumer advocate for real estate and financial advice. Call Brandon today at 813-670-7372.
All right, welcome back. Thanks for sticking with us. Brandon Rhymes here, your host of the Consumer Quarterback Show, powered by the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. Big shout out to the Golf Cart Depot. check out Golf Cart Depot. Let them know the Real Estate Quarterback sent you. They've got some special offers and incentives just for mentioning that you're a fan of the Consumer Quarterback Show. Now, Golf Cart Depot, they've got a lot of inventory there on site. They've got the Easy Go, Star EV. They've got Cushman as well, pre-owned, remanufactured, and brand new golf carts available over at Golf Cart Depot. They've got 2 locations here in Tampa Bay. They've got one up in Lando Lakes and also a Clearwater location just off of 19 on the east side of US 19 there. Golf Cart Depot, friends of the program here, say hello to Marty. Take them up on a test drive opportunity. And these things are fun. I tell you, get out in the community. We've been using it for a little bit of a commercial use. We're out door knocking in the neighborhoods. We've got a lot of waterfront neighborhoods and high-income neighborhoods near our home over in Palm Harbor. So we're door knocking, getting out there. We got wraps coming for it, so it's going to be wrapped with the Keller Williams and the Consumer Quarterback Show on there. And a big shout-out to Golf Cart Depot. Go test drive. Let them know the Real Estate Quarterback sent you and take them up on the special offers that they are offering right now to our listening and viewing audience. So we appreciate you tuning in right here on AM 860 The Answer Weekend Show on FM 102.5 The Bone Sunday mornings. And you can find all of our content as well on Apple TV, Amazon Fire TV, Roku, Sony TV, 85 other smart television outlets, of course. We would love for you to follow us online as well. We put a lot of content out on our Facebook page, Consumer Quarterback Show, and at Brandon Rhymes 1 on Instagram and Twitter, as well as link up on LinkedIn. We'd love to connect with you there on LinkedIn as well. So we've got a great lineup for you. Heather Lalk's in the house, Consumer Quarterback Show expert contributor, fit to a T, personal training, nutritional coach as well. And we want to help you win in any marketplace, as we say. A couple of hot listings here for the Consumer Quarterback Show. We've got a property at 4207 Cox Drive that is a lakefront, waterfront property that you can build on. This is a vacant lot available. Builders and developers looking for, an opportunity to build right on the waterfront. No HOA or CDD. 0.51 acre lot, so just over half an acre. You can fish, boat, water ski right from your own backyard at Bell Lake. It's a 90-acre lake, ski lake right here in Tampa Bay. Now, right across from that is 4214 Peaceful Lane in Lando Lakes. And this property, it's a $1 million asset. It's just over $1 million, but you've got 8 lots here, 5 of which are right on the waterfront. So great building opportunity, fantastic location, 90-acre ski lake again. Peaceful Lane, Lando Lakes. Reach out. We'd love to talk to you about it. Check out platinummvpteam.kw.com. Somewhere sunny and 75. All right, so we got nutritional health coach Heather Lalk in the house and talking about ways that you can live a better life, talk about the nutrition side, the personal training side. You got an office down there, studio down in Dunedin, and we're talking about the techniques that you can use to reduce stress as well. That's a big one.
Even those properties, too, on that ski lake, I'd love to do that. Used to do wakeboarding and water skiing.
That's a lot of fun.
I miss it, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and that's why I wanted to talk about it, just so people can kind of calm themselves, even me, to calm down,
yeah, right.
Not because of the virus, but other things in life. So some of the things I learned, most of them from school at IIN, but the first one I know a lot of people may not have heard of, and it sounds silly, but if you actually do it, and you can do it by yourself, it does help. World-renowned psychiatrist Dr. James Gordon had been working with people who have been through the worst kind of traumas, such as war, natural disaster, rape, slavery, everything for more than 20 years from all over the place. So it relieves tension and gets rid of stuck emotions, and it's called shaking. So you kind of pick 2 songs that are around 5 minutes long, that have an upbeat. Plant your feet on the ground with your bent knees and see how your body feels. Relax even your jaw, and then you go with the music and you actually shake your whole body.
Yeah, they make machines for that. I've been in some gyms where they have the actual machine that shakes real fast.
Oh, yeah,
you can stand on it. You do lunges on it. You do all types of different activities on it.
The vibration plates.
Yes.
Yeah, those help with muscle tone and some other things, too. This is more just for relaxation and getting rid of things that might be caught in your chakras and different joints and muscles, because I always say that because I come from a holistic background. A lot of our stress, our anxiety, trauma from past experiences can be stuck in joints and muscles. That's why we have weird aches and pains sometimes, and they're not normal, and they could probably go away if we help just ease our minds and our souls and get rid of all of that.
Absolutely. Yeah, so much of it is a mindset. It's in the mind. It's a game in the mind.
It is, and that's one of the hardest things. It really, truly is. Things like soft belly breathing you had talked about as well. There's one from one of the doctors that I learned at school that you can take a breath in through your nose, 4 counts, hold it for 5 counts, and then slowly 7 counts, breathe out, open your mouth and breathe out. And try to do that slowly and gradually, because you can sometimes get a little lightheaded, but it literally, if you're raging upset about something, it really does work if you actually do those.
And I've heard also, if you think about water, focusing on like a lake or a body of water that's just perfectly still, and then maybe there's a little ripple in the water. Like something about thinking about water makes us relax more.
It is very soothing. I'm a Pisces, like I said. I'm like water sometimes, a lot of times. But water's one of the only things that really I can zone in on and focus on. Because I've tried things like, I do have singing bowls, crystal singing bowls that are to each chakra. I have a heart and an all-encompassing one that helps a lot. Dogs don't like it very much for some reason. My Doberman doesn't like it.
What, certain dogs don't like water?
No, the crystal singing bowls I have.
Oh,
but I do have a lot of fountains outside. The dogs like those.
Gotcha.
So, and I have those outside in my backyard oasis to make me calmer, and I can go out there. And most people that visit me, they're like, "That is very soothing."
Nice.
So yeah. So even if try not to put it in your bedroom, because a lot of times it makes you have to go to the bathroom. People say.
Okay. Yeah.
Running water.
Priming. Have you heard of priming? Tony Robbins talks about priming. It's an exercise he does where he's, forcefully bringing in air, and the Navy SEALs will do it as a priming, and it's a way to just flood your body with oxygen.
Oh yeah, it's definitely, even like Apple Watch. I have an Apple Watch which I love, but it will tell me, I left the breathing app on it. It will tell me to breathe, and I can tell it's when I'm really upset. It's like breathe, it vibrates. It's like, Heather, breathe, Heather, breathe.
That's pretty cool.
And it does help you get a nice break, and it makes you feel a lot better to be able to calm down and be able to, go to the next thing you've got to take care of.
Yeah, we're talking with Heather Lalk, fit2at.net, fit2at.net, and she is a local nutritional health coach. She's a personal trainer. You can sit down, you can talk to people, give them consultations, talk about an overall encompassing health. Way that you health coach. Yeah,
I give people the option too if they want to do the nutritional side or the health coaching, or they just strictly want to do personal training. I can do a lot of it via internet too, online, because we have all of the Zoom and FaceTime, different platforms that we can use to do that. You lose a little bit of accountability for some people, and that's really what they need, that one-on-one to go to a trainer.
Right.
And I truly believe in educating people of why they're doing certain things, what muscles they're using. I don't feel like they're going to take that knowledge and run and never go back to a trainer. I think that helps them understand, especially when it comes to doing it the proper way, so you don't hurt your back, you don't blow out a knee or anything like that.
Right.
Proper form also gives you more strength. So in those cases that you want to lift heavier to improve muscle tone and get a little bit bigger, or even toning, then that comes into play when you have that stability from your core.
Yeah, and that's a misconception people have too about, some women say, oh, well, I just do the cardio, I don't need to do strength training. Talk about that, because I think there's a misconception with some elements of a society. They think, well, if I push weights or I do any kind of dumbbells or any kind of weights, that they're going to bulk up.
Right.
Right. It's a kind of a misconception, right?
Yeah, and I always used to even say to some of my friends too, which a lot of them were women, they're on the treadmill, they're not losing weight, and I said, well, but when you get off of that treadmill, and if you weren't putting in like at least 20 minutes of high intensity, then the minute you step off of that cardio equipment, you stop burning fat. Whereas weightlifting, weight training, and strength training, it continues hours after you're done with your workout, because you're breaking down those muscle fibers.
Right.
And two, even with guys that are bigger, they should throw in there, if they want to stay leaner, especially as we age, you guys age, and the same thing happens to you like women to an extent. So you should throw in heavy weights, lower reps, and push yourself every time to get a little bit more weight involved with that, but also throw in those plyometrics or lighter weights, more repetitions.
Yes.
For that conditioning, because you can't forget about your heart.
Yeah.
And you want to include that. And for ladies, they really need to. Every year we get older, we're losing muscle mass.
Right.
And so are men too.
Yep.
And so upper body strength, even like doing some chest workout, is really important because you want symmetry. Even if you're not going on stage, it's important to have that because you want to look nice in your dress, your suit, what have you. And that's a really goal of ours. And you'll also have more balance too, in everything.
Yeah, you see that wave. Sometimes people wave and then their underarms sitting there.
Yeah, exactly.
Moving around. The muscle is good. Muscle's a good thing. Even if you are, a female, it's going to help you have that better long-term life, especially in your fourth quarter of life. You're going to have muscle to pull you through. Some of those scenarios.
Yeah. And I always say, I harp on it. I said, our bodies are made. God made us to move. We're not supposed to be sedentary.
Right.
And that's when we start, just like you leave a car in a garage, you don't start it, you don't drive it, you don't take it out, you don't uncover it. It deteriorates, it rusts, it falls apart.
That's right.
And that's our bodies as well. So if you don't want to do that to your vintage car in the garage, then don't do it to your body.
Yeah.
Because if you don't have your body, where are you going to live?
Absolutely. So more from Heather Lalk after the break. Heather, I want to touch on the benefits of a small studio because you got a beautiful small studio, 1059 Broadway in Dunedin, downtown, right there by Seven Sun Brewery. So let's talk about, especially this time and this day and age with the quarantines, different things happening, some of the bigger gyms, so many people, hundreds of people, thousands of people per day going in those. You've got a much smaller, more controlled environment here. So let's talk about the benefits of a small studio when we come back on the flip side. And we'll jump into our feel-good story of the day. Kevin Love donates $100,000 to Cavs arena staff after NBA suspends season. Stay with us. Consumer Quarterback Show, ConsumerQB.com.
Hey, this is Grant Cardone, and you're listening to Consumer Quarterback Show, hosted by my friend Brandon Rhymes. Do not touch that dial. I'll come right through the radio and grab your throat.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-670-7372. Online at ConsumerQB.com.
Ian Beckles here with my man.
You're listening to the Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. Online at ConsumerQB.com.
All right, welcome back. Thanks for sticking with us. Brandon Rhymes here, your host of the Consumer Quarterback Show, powered by the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. Buying, selling, or investing, we would love to talk to you. We also have those instant offers as well. If you don't want people coming through your home and you want to sell your property, you want that instant offer, that cash offer, we can help you through Keller Offers program as well through the Keller Williams team at the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. So reach out. We'd love to talk to you through our hotline, 813-670-7372. That's our consumer advocate hotline. ConsumerQB.com as well is your number one resource as well for all things real estate, credit, finance, estate and tax planning, health, nutrition, lifestyle, recreation. So many ways that we can help you through the Consumer Quarterback Show. And this segment is brought to you by the Bill Maher Beach Resort, Gulf Boulevard, Treasure Island. The official hotel partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show is the Bill Maher Beach Resort. And I love visiting the Bill Maher. They've got 2 pools on site, Sloppy Joe's Beach Bar and Restaurant right there, daily music, nightly music as well, and just a great time over at the Bill Maher Beach Resort. Now, give Clyde Smith, he's the general manager, give him a call, let him know that the Real Estate Quarterback sent you. You can take him up on special offers and incentives just by mentioning that you're a fan of the Consumer Quarterback Show. 4207 South Del Mabry Highway in South Tampa here, 1203 is the unit number. This is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath property right here in South Tampa. It's a great opportunity for investment, passive income. Where else can you get 3 bedrooms, 2-bath in South Tampa for under $259,000? Great opportunity. Check out all of our listings at platinummvpteam.kw.com. And it's time for our feel-good story of the day.
Tell me something good.
Cleveland Cavaliers All-Star Kevin Love has stepped up to support the arena staff members who were impacted by the NBA season suspension. On Thursday, the Cavaliers star revealed that he's donated $100,000 through his foundation to support the staff at the Fieldhouse, the Cleveland, Ohio arena where his teams plays. Quote, everyone reacts differently to stressful situations, and fear and anxiety resulting from the recent outbreak of COVID-19 can be extremely overwhelming. Love captioned himself in a photo with the arena workers, and he goes on to say, I'm concerned about the level of anxiety everyone is feeling. That's why I'm committing $100,000 through the Kevin Love Fund in support of the Cavaliers to support them through their shift. And he also hopes that this time of crisis, others will join him in supporting the communities. Love's message was met with a sea of support from fans as well as the Cavaliers organization, who announced that they would also be compensating their hourly employees in the event's team staff members as if every game and every event is still taking place. So that's a pretty cool story. Someone in the community jumping in. We got James D. Jerome as well. He's joining us in studio. He's our executive show producer. We have Heather Lalk in studio as well, Fit 2 with T. So, yeah, some good stuff there.
Just to go back on Kevin Love real quick. Remember, Kevin Love was one of the first guys to really introduce mental health as an issue. He kind of tapped out of a game and said, Coach, I'm mentally, something's going on with me. And that was the first time an athlete, a professional athlete, I recall, had really said, it's a mental issue. I'm not physically here injured. I need to take some time away and talk to a mental health expert. So he kind of take the stigma a little bit away from mental health as something that you can bring up as a professional athlete or a professional in general, because there's a stigma associated with that. And he talked specifically about the anxiety created by this virus. And of course, Heather and you have been discussing a little bit about methods you need to find a way to decompress. You really need to have a coping skill, because you can't just sit there and worry and create anxiety for yourself. It's not healthy. And he's one of the first guys to take the lead as far as mental health goes, as something you need to be aware of, and something that's there's no shame in it. In other words, he's trying to take the stigma away from it. And certainly if you can develop some coping skills like Heather's talking about, that's really valuable.
Yeah, it is. So let's talk about that, Heather. We had talked about the benefits of a small studio versus some of the bigger, gyms in those places that have hundreds of people coming in. So talk about your benefits of your Broadway studio in downtown Dunedin.
The studio is about 960 square feet, so it's very private, but I have all the cardio equipment you would want, treadmill, I have elliptical, I have recumbent bikes, I have a spin bike, and then I also have a functional trainer, Smith machine, free weights, barbells, and that actually is a picture right there that you see, and folks will see it on my website at fit2t.net. That was the original studio when I bought the studio last year. It was very much smaller, but I actually got the greatest opportunity, and I was blessed to have a nice studio, a nice size. So we can do a lot, but I don't have hundreds of people coming through the doors every day. That was not what I wanted. It's not a big box gym. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with those. Sometimes I'll go. I haven't been lately, just to be careful, because they're closing those as well. But mine is just one-on-one. We can also do couples training, buddy trainings. I was going to start doing some little boot camps and small classes. Not too many people can fit inside, just fire code wise. However, it would be a good experience for up to maybe 10 people could be in there. But for right now, I'm putting that on hold, obviously, for obvious reasons. But my clients, I'm blessed also with wonderful clients as well, and I'm adopting new ones even this week. But I'm making sure that, I'm sanitizing everything after each client, wiping everything down, even the mats we stretch on. I also do therapeutic stretching after each session at the end. So that's helpful with the soft tissue, flexibility, spinal flexion. I also make sure from their doctors they have clearance if they have some issues of what exercises we can do. But I can work collaboratively with other healthcare practitioners, whether they be holistic. And also I'm reaching out to some of my clients, maybe post-stroke. They're cardiovascular surgeons. I've written some letters of introduction. They know who I am because of the great success I've been having with their patients. So hopefully in that way too I can assist those folks.
Sure, build a team.
Cool.
That's
I like
really
it.
Cool.
Oh yeah.
I was just going to comment real quick. Talking about your size, Heather, one of the things I think is really cool is that you learn new ways to train yourself. In other words, when you have every single apparatus at your disposal, you just go from one to the next and you just jump on there. It's nice to have someone who goes, what are we trying to accomplish today? And let's figure out a new way to get to that. And that muscle confusion principle that people always talk about, and the idea of trying new things. Man, that's the way to do it, is when you get a routine in a gym, just going this machine to that machine, the same routine you do every time you enter there. It'd be nice to stop and have someone say, what are you really trying to achieve? And let's try this and try that. You never know what you can discover, something that really works for you.
Oh, yeah. And I get very, very creative with different workouts, because I know when I trained hard, when I was competing, that I got bored. It was very boring. And, you know, our bodies are great microcomputers, if you wanted for what it's worth. And they adapt very quickly. So if you keep doing that, you're not going to make any more gains. So that way, yes, you need to build those in. And I have all that equipment to do it. And I help people too. I say, hey, these are stretches you may be able to do when you wake up in the morning to feel good and face your day. Or, you know, if you're feeling stressed out, stand up and do these things. Or other apparatus that they can have in their homes that they can do to help also with what we're trying to accomplish.
Because you're building that knowledge base, not just this machine does this, but this is how you get to that result that you want to do. There's a number of ways to get there.
And there's modifications to everything. I always tell people we can work around it. I mean, for a while there, I couldn't really go into deep squats, so I did other things that were modifications to get the job done. So even if you're hurt, can't use the excuse, I can't do that. Well, yes, we can. We'll figure it out.
That's the idea.
Let's jump into a quick lightning round here. We got a couple minutes left for a quick lightning round.
I'm so good at lightning rounds.
I majored in
All right, so we got Heather Lalk, fit to a T, top tips, nuggets of advice.
Instead of telling yourself you are overwhelmed, tell yourself you're excited.
Yeah.
You're going to face the days. Instead of telling yourself you're so busy, tell yourself you are so productive. It'll give you a nice power boost.
Yeah.
You know, set your mind to it. Try to practice some things that will decompress you, make you more relaxed, because you'll be feeling a lot more peaceful.
Positive self-talk. I like that.
Exactly.
Good stuff. James D. Jerome, executive show producer.
I'd like to just say, you know, the Consumer Quarterback Show is all about creating a positive atmosphere for folks. We want to provide information and empower you as a consumer. In these times when you have this stress or anxiety, something new's come upon you, this is a time to be creative and find an opportunity out there. You know, we've got partners, much like Rob's here from WeBeam TV, and I thought to myself last night, boy, everyone who has an event would sure love to have it on the internet now. There's opportunities for folks out there, I would think, in terms of webcasting and streaming. We've got all partners in all different areas, and they're willing to work, and they're certainly not going to get out of the business. They're just finding new ways to do business.
That's right.
So the opportunities I think that this creates can be something that you can jump on if you really think about it. Not just, you know, Heather talking about her ability to train you in a smaller group, or maybe it's, you know, we talk a lot about Chef Will or a whole body fuel again.
Yep, whole body fuel. Yep.
Because there's a way for you to operate in this society, no matter what the circumstances are. We can find some ways to be creative and work with you.
Absolutely. Good stuff. All right. And on a quick note as well, you know, Keller offers, if you don't want people coming through your home, you don't want that disease coming into the environment, you know, we can make a Keller offer, an instant offer, internet-based offer through Keller offers. So we buy houses cash. We would love to talk to you about that. Just hit us up on the website, consumerqb.com. We'll set that up for you, consumerqb.com. Another great show. As always, we want you to please go out there and consider committing a random act of kindness. Donate some time, donate some blood. Lots of ways that you can be a force for good in the community. And we'll see you next time right here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
You've been listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes. Whether it's real estate, consumer, or financial advice, let Brandon call your next play. Contact Brandon Rhymes at 813-670-7372. That's 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com. And join us next time for the Consumer Quarterback Show.